Several local music artists have joined us to celebrate Black Music Month, and today a month-long celebration continues with MXCK. He is an up-and-coming artist who joins us to dive deeper into his story and, of course, his sound. Good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm so happy to have you here. And when you think about, I mean, you're young, obviously, you're an emerging artist. When you think about the artists that came before you, is there one or two that really come to mind that served as a big inspiration for you?
I would say my first one is actually a pretty unknown one named MXCK, and he's from Florida, and he plays, all the instruments himself as well. But initially, my main one was actually Kanye West for a while.
Really?
Yeah, it was just, his production just had me in awe, and I spent at least half of, my musical creating time trying to, how do I sound like Kanye,
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, and also, you have the nickname of being the Little Prince, after, of course, iconic Prince, because there are similarities between the two of you. You played many different instruments, and that kind of compliment of being compared with such a master and an icon like Prince must mean a lot to you. How do you feel when people say that to you?
It's very flattering. That's a huge title, but I think it's just the instruments. It's the instruments that make them say that, and
I don't think it's just the instruments.
You don't?
No, I think that it is your musical flavor, your artistic abilities, your ability, and your performance quality. So I saw him live in concert, and I can see.
What?
I did. It was
I never got to
fantastic.
see him.
It was fantastic.
You're so lucky.
All right. So you're not just, like we talked about, you're not just a singer. You also, you write, produce, you play, as I mentioned, multiple different instruments. When did you realize that music was going to be something more for you than just a hobby?
So my mom put me in piano lessons when I was 7, and I did not want to do them. And the only time that I enjoyed playing the piano was whenever I got to do my recitals and everybody would start clapping. That was it. That was the only reason I liked piano. But I did piano for a while. I got into jazz music and whatnot. But what made me really want to get into music is whenever I first opened GarageBand. And I played with my friend. Like, my friend was sitting there with me. I opened up GarageBand for the first time. I'm pressing the little keyboard.
Okay, so that's the video game. For people who are not familiar with GarageBand, we're not talking about like pulling up his garage and all of a sudden he has a band. It is a video game, correct?
Yeah, well, it's a music making software.
Music making software. Okay.
So all of our computers, our iPads, all that stuff, it comes with GarageBand. And so anybody could just load up GarageBand and make some music. And I played that, and my friend was like, "Can we play video games by now?" And I'm like, "I'm on music now."
That's what you're on. That's where you're going to be focusing your time and your energy. Okay. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about the fact that your mom really was an influence on you. You started playing the piano at a very young age, and your mom did sign you up for jazz band. I know that those piano lessons, I went through that as well, without nearly as much proficiency as you. So what would you say, though, to that 7-year-old version of yourself when you were going through those painful piano lessons? What would you say to that version of you?
I would say just kind of chill out and have fun. It was like I was doing a lot of lessons, a lot of, music theory and all this stuff. And piano was, it was a very rigid experience. And so I would just tell younger 7-year-old me, just chill out, still worry about progressing, but have more fun, enjoy the process, because that's the whole point of playing the instrument in the first place, is just to have some fun. So that's what I would tell him.
You bring up a good point. Piano requires so much technique, so much discipline, and to be able to incorporate the fun, that's really where the heart of music comes from. So your music, it blends hip hop and it also blends pop. Do you ever feel any kind of pressure to fit into one specific genre of music?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of artists do, but I don't do it so much anymore, but I used to submit my music for people to review and whatnot, and they would tell me, oh, it needs to be like this, it needs to be like that, and it would be, valid critiques. But now, I try my best to not really think about that, because, at least in my opinion, the most acceptable and best forms of art that we've seen don't come from people that are trying to find the secret formula to how to, it just comes from being authentic and vulnerable and just enjoying the experience. It's an experiment. Yeah.
All right, well, you're about to perform for us. What's the name of the song?
Eye of the Storm.
Eye of the Storm.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much. We're looking forward to that. We really do appreciate it. Okay, to learn more about MXCK and to follow his journey, what we want you to do is to go to MXCK MXCKmusic.com. Now, I'm going to spell that out for you because we want you to participate and follow his career. That's MXCKmusic.com. We're so excited that he's going to be performing. So now, here he is performing his latest song, Eye of the Storm. Take it away, Mac.
I met a girl in the middle of Ipanema. I asked her as I passed her by, can I take your hand for one night and we could dish the neon lights? She said, you know I'm not much of a dancer, but I can move from side to side. I told her that's okay, my lover, we could slow dance through the night. Now we're rocking away to the beat of the song. She's got me in a trance, in the eye of the storm. Now we're rocking away like there's nobody home. She's got me in a trance, in the eye of the storm. La Bandera to La Ferrari, I fought a woman of the night. A kamikaze to cost a body, she's a killer in disguise. I found a lover, I found a lover, oh, oh, I found a lover for the night. I found a lover, I found a lover, oh, oh, I seized the woman in my eye. Now we're rocking away to the beat of the song. She's got me in a trance, in the eye of the storm. Now we're rocking away like there's nobody home. She's got me in a trance, in the eye of the storm.